Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Kankson, and we're back here again with another episode of ELP Lit, where we're gonna have a little lituation if y'all just have a little patience. Now, today we have singer, writer, model, veterinary technician, Nani. Yeah, clap it up, clap it up. Um, so let's just start, from the bottom. Um, Tell them something about you, things that you want people to know.
I'm a veteran. I've been writing music for a long time. I've been writing music since I was about 7 years old. And then it just kind of gradually got better as I joined the military and then started doing my own thing. I was a nanny for a while. And then I started going to school, and then my mom passed away. I dropped out of school and then went back. So I just graduated on Friday. So it's been a lot going on.
Okay. That was an abrupt ending. Uh, but okay, let's start with this. As because you're multifaceted, so I'm gonna have to pick apart a lot of different things today. Now let's start with you being a model.
Okay.
Okay. Um, I'm a Drake fan.
Okay.
And there's something that Drake said that even I said, how do you feel about when Drake said, you ain't a model if you ain't been in Vogue?
Um, I don't necessarily completely agree with that because people have to start somewhere before they get to Vogue. If I'm being totally honest, you have to start from the bottom to get all the way up there.
Can you take us through maybe uh what it takes to be a model? Like, do you have to be found by you get what I'm saying?
Um, well, I've been modeling since about 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly started it because I wanted to do pageantry. So I just wanted to get myself out there and I wanted to boost my confidence. You don't necessarily have to be found by anybody. You can take your own steps to join it. You can look for different modeling agencies and you can start there. You can go to classes because a lot of modeling agencies do have classes, and then sometimes they'll have like castings through those agencies, and they'll cast you for different fashion shows. And to be honest, that's how you get seen. That's how you get found by different people. That's how you get found by like Prada and Vogue and all different kind of Chanel West Coast and stuff like that.
Okay. Do you feel like there's a specific body type or something that modeling agencies are looking for?
I you see a lot of smaller women in fashion, but they're starting to incorporate like plus size women in fashion, which is really, really, really great.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for like especially I say colored women is good for us because of the fact that like we're not built like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us, we have thick thighs. So
Right.
a lot of clothes don't fit us. And so I don't necessarily think that they specifically look for body types, but the mannequins that they have to design their clothes on are built small. They're built really petite and stuff like that. So a lot of petite models are casted more than the bigger models.
I think something that I say necessarily I didn't agree with is that like what modeling or like the fashion industry calls plus. I feel like regular people wouldn't call plus size.
Well, and that's probably true, but fashion has been around for a long time, and again, like yeah, it has been around for a long time, but it started with really petite people. It started like way, way back, way back.
Okay. Um, if somebody was starting today, what would you tell them about going down? Because I'm just and how much time it takes, uh, or how much effort you have to put in to be in this field.
Um, I would say like to be confident in yourself. Like it's not necessarily about what you look like. It's not about what you wear, it's about how you wear it, pretty much. Like, it's not necessarily about what you look like. It's about your confidence, it's about your walk, it's about like how you pose and stuff like that. Your facial expressions is everything. So it's just be comfortable and confident in yourself, and definitely practice walking in heels if you were a female.
Okay. All right. I want to shift to you being a singer songwriter. Okay. Te- and of course, because I know that you don't have like many songs out right now, so I think I want you to fill in maybe people that could be future fans on what your process has been or what your journey has been to get to the place you are.
Um, well, again, I've been singing and songwriting for since I was about 7 years old. And then as far as like putting out music, I'm like my biggest critique, and
Mm-hmm.
I beat myself up like a lot due to my music because I don't necessarily think it sounds good, but then I'll let people listen to it and they think it sounds great. But I'm always going to be hard on myself because I feel like that pushes me and that makes everything better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as far as like future fans go and the process that it takes, like it takes a lot, especially with like my schedule, because I'm always busy, I'm always doing something, so
Right.
it's definitely a lot of dedication and time. And I get writer's block really 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 bad, so I'll like scrap it and then I'll start working on something else,
Right.
and then kind of work my way back into a circle and go back to that same song and then finish it.
Okay. How do you feel about black women being put in the box of R&B music?
um Honestly, I feel like when it comes to black women being put in that, I feel like that's more so kind of the vibe that we give off
Mm-hmm.
sometimes to certain people. And I think that's just because of our background and like all the things that we've been through. And a lot of us, we just want love and we want to be like loved on. And I guess they consider us more emotional and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of why they kind of categorize us in that area.
Now I said that because I specifically know your music is not that way.
No,
Like, so, like, what would you categorize your music as?
I'm more alternative and pop.
Mm-hmm.
I do listen to R&B and I listen to hip hop and all that. Like, I'm very multicultural when it comes to music. I listen to opera and everything. So, but when it comes to my music, I know what sounds good to my ear. I know
Mm-hmm.
what I like, and I don't. I try to. For me, I don't like to sound the same. I want to sound different. I don't want to sound like everybody else. I want to be different. I want to step
Right.
outside my comfort zone and outside of my box.
Now, do you feel like an anomaly in that fact in that like space? Because if I'm being honest, from my viewpoint, or maybe from a lot of people, you don't see a lot of people that may look like you that are in that poppy, or like you were describing your music, maybe that's shown to us. There probably is, but like it's not really advertised that way. So do you feel more of like it's just you?
No, I don't necessarily feel like that because I know that there are other women of color that are in the alternative aspect of music. I've listened to their music, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily feel like I'm the only one. I kind of feel like it's a trend now, like for I guess the younger generation to kind of move towards that
Mm-hmm.
because it's fun. It's a lot of energy and it's vibrant, and that's how I feel a lot. So I want to stay in that area.
Okay, no, that's definitely understandable. Um, do you feel like it makes it hard for you to find collabs though, especially in a city like El Paso?
Most definitely, yes, I do feel like that
Mm-hmm.
because there's not a lot of people out here like that. A lot of people out here are into either hip hop or R&B. That's mostly what I see. I'm sure that there's other out there, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard many, so it is a little difficult.
Okay. Now, understand that you're very picky about what what you're trying to put out, but how often you think an artist should drop?
That's a great question. when it comes to artists dropping music, I feel like at least because I'm still starting out, I feel like when it comes to me, I would say at least try for every 6 months if I
Every
can.
6 months?
Yes,
Okay.
because I say that because my process, it takes a minute. So for me, I would say at least try every 6 months. And then for people that have been doing it for a while, I say every maybe like 3 months if they can.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've caught myself, getting in dropping in that hole on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I ran into a video with Russ.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not familiar with Russ, he dropped a song I think once for like every week of the year. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I may be wrong, but I think it's like 52 weeks, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, but regardless, right? What he said is you don't have to do it like. But he said that he felt like you're not serious if you don't drop at least once a month. What are you
Okay.
thinking about that?
Um, I mean, I feel that that's his opinion
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's process is different, and I feel like people that are in the music industry, a lot of them do take it really really serious, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's not as easy as dropping a song every month. It's not as easy as going into the studio and just spitting the best track of your life and then putting
Right.
it out, because you're going to judge it, and other people that you want to listen to it, they're going to judge it, and then you're going to change it and you're going to change it again. So it's not really that simple for everyone.
Now, I'm gonna just say this. Me also as an artist, I know that's true based off on knowing that sometimes it's budget, right? It may be budget to, hey, do I have the budget to roll it out or put a video with it? Actually, do I even have the money to record the song?
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, some studios are pretty high. Um, uh, you may have friends that they'll record it, you know what I'm saying, but then they may not be that good at mixing and mastering. So you still got to pay for mixing and mastering,
Mm-hmm.
even on the level of uh like I said, on the level like we're on of where like you're not really known like that. People don't really know how much money goes into making an album or a track, and I always call it's an expensive hobby.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, what do you feel like are things that restrict you from being able to uh put out, even if we're talking about even on a psychological standpoint, from a psychological standpoint?
Mostly for me and putting out music, yes, it does have to do a lot with the budget, but it also has to do with my schedule. I did just graduate yesterday, so school and school and modeling was like life, like, and then
Mm-hmm.
struggling and then trying to study and all
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff and get homework done like the next day, because I had literally homework every day and then it was due the next day, so like it was a lot going into that. So for me, I feel like that was a huge part of me not actually finishing some stuff, because I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on and a lot of stuff that isn't finished because of that.
Right.
And then because of the fact that I really wanted to step into modeling, I figured that that would put me out there more, at least my face, so people can see my face more. And
Mm-hmm.
then I was going to go back into it once I finished and like actually finish everything that I'm working on and actually try to put some stuff out more.
Mm-hmm. How is it hard to find a balance when what you love is not paying the bills?
I can definitely say yes, that yes, it is.
Yeah. Um. Let's see. Well, with that being said, now, I think, and I'm not doing it on purpose, but I think you're like the third singer in a row I've had up here. But it's also because I want to give a different perspective on uh on music. Basically, I feel like people that rap and sing, we record and we take different approach to writing differently.
Mm-hmm.
What does your writing like when you're making a song? How does that process look? Are you in the car? Do you do yours at the studio? Like I talked to some people about I'm the type, I don't like to pull up to a studio without having the song written already.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I think you're asking to spend a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But what does your process look like?
My process is like I'll get a tune in my head or I'll get lyrics in my head and then I'll just record it on my phone. And then I'll try to find like I guess an instrumental that matches. My grandfather, he used to play guitar for the Whispers, so lead
Mhm.
guitar actually. So music comes
Okay.
kind of naturally for me, but a
Hmm.
lot of times when I'm actually writing and I already have like an instrumental to the song, I
Hmm.
usually do it in my car because I feel like that's the place where I'm most at peace. I live in a house full of people. There's something going on all the time. We have cats, we have dogs, we have children in the house. Like it's a lot going on in there.
Right.
So
Okay.
I feel like I have no peace in my house. So I go to my car because that's
Mhm.
the only place that nobody else can go to because I can lock the door and I can drive away if I want to.
Okay. Okay. Now what I did wanna bring up is how do you feel about people discrediting artists based on if they wrote it themselves or not?
Um, I don't I'm not necessarily comfortable when people do that because, well, not necessarily them not writing it. It's more so the people that are actually judging it because they don't know how hard it is to actually write their own music. And even if they can, they could probably do it maybe one or two times, and then after that, it's the hardest thing ever because you have to kind of know what you're going to write about. Sometimes you kind of have
Hmm.
to feel the rhythm, you have to feel the music, you have to feel the lyrics because if you're not feeling it, it's not going to sound right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Um.
I just kind of feel like they should put themselves in the singer's shoes or the
Mhm.
writer's shoes because sometimes the writers they can be great at writing but they probably can't sing it or they can't belt it out the way that they want to, so they want somebody else to do it, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Um. What was I gonna say? Do you feel like that perspective changes when we start talking about rap?
No.
Like I'm saying, would you discredit someone based off of, like I said, if you found like I feel like it's a little bit different. Like I think it's more accepted or more acceptable in singing for somebody to write for you than in rap. They're like, oh man, like bro, you can't write your own lyrics, bro, and you're a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
That I do understand, but in my opinion, I personally don't think it matters as long as everybody's getting their credit for it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um. Uh. Now, trying to go in a different direction because ELP Lit is not just about music. It's about putting shine on everybody that's making moves or doing things in El Paso and making a splash.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, take us through what it takes to, uh, you know, I guess for school to be a veterinary technician.
Um, as far as being a veterinary technician in El Paso, it is not the greatest, and I think a lot of my classmates can agree with me on that. As far as being a veterinary technician in El Paso, it's very competitive out here because of the fact that there's so many people that are going to school for it, and then there's so many people that just want to do it, and they're able to pick people up off the street and just train them, and then they're able to work in this job. So you're competing with people that are getting trained on the job, and then you're also competing with other people that are in school. And there's not a lot of clinics out here either, and they don't necessarily they pay what they can, but to sustain life, it's not enough.
Mm.
So you're not only competing with somebody else, but you're also fighting for a paycheck and you're fighting for a pay raise. I know a lot of clinics they don't necessarily care if you have your license because I was studying to be a licensed veterinary technician. I'm actually planning on registering to take the exam to be licensed. I'm not licensed, but I am a veterinary technician. And I'm somebody that was trained in school. I'm not somebody that was just picked up off the street, but
Hmm.
I knew a lot about it beforehand,
Hmm.
because I was also certified as a veterinary assistant. So I yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, and it's a lot of competition in the veterinary field all over the world, but it's very competitive here because there's not a lot of options.
Okay, and I mean, I think across all fields in El Paso. Ain't much. We being real. Where? What was I gonna say? When it comes to how much are y'all getting paid?
Um, the highest I know from a Georgia standpoint, it can be up to $25 an hour. It goes from like I believe 13 to $25 an hour. If you're licensed, you get paid more. I think the max is like $25 an hour. And then for people out here, I believe it's like I think it's just maybe a dollar or two under that. Um, but it even if you are licensed, they don't necessarily care. They'll just pay you like an entry level something. I think some people are getting paid about maybe $16 or $16.50 an hour.
Mm-hmm. Is it worth it out here?
Out here, no, it's still not worth it because I feel like all the stuff that we do, we're pretty much we work a nurse's job, but we work a nurse's job for animals, and I feel like it's very hard, and I don't necessarily think that the paycheck out here necessarily is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Um, what are some things that if somebody was saying they wanted, you would tell them this is what you're gonna have to do on the job, and you have to know if you want to do this?
something that I would tell them.
Well. Okay. Let me rephrase my question. Basically, like I don't know if I'm gonna be a police officer. Just know, hey, people not gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? So, what comes with the job? I guess.
Okay, a lot of stuff that comes with the job is one thing that we learned in school is that compassion fatigue is like a real thing. So it's basically like where you kind of become desensitized to everything that's going on around you because it's part of the job. You have to deal with death all the time. When I was in my externship, um there we had to put down animals like almost every week, at least once a week, because either the animal was old or they had some kind of condition that wasn't curable or something like that, or their owners just weren't taking care of them, and so they were deteriorating. So it's a lot of different stuff that comes into it. And then you have some clients that they come in and they're not always the best clients. I can say that. Like some clients, they come in and they expect just everything to be handed to them, and they don't necessarily understand what comes with it. So yeah, it's very hard, and you have to be on your feet all the time. Like you never know what's gonna walk in. You don't know if there's gonna be an emergency. You got to save an animal's life. You don't know if an animal's gonna wake up on the table. You have to worry about the amount of drugs that you give them, when you give it to them, and how. Like it's a lot that goes into it. There was a dog on the table one day, and he had like a megapaw, and that's basically when there's an IV in their arm and the IV slips out of their vein, but it's still in their arm, and then all the fluid just goes in their arm. So it's a lot that goes into that.
Wow. Okay. I guess if I'm being honest, I never thought about if there's any like trauma that comes with being a veterinarian technician.
Mm-hmm.
I never would think. You always when you think of like trauma with jobs, you think of like, oh, I'm a fireman. I'm a policeman. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
some people think it's just vaccinations, and it's way more than just vaccinations. It's way more than just sticking an animal and making sure their ears are clean. It's a lot that goes into that part. It's more than just answering phone calls and checking people in and out. It's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah. And no disrespect, but what's the difference? Like no disrespect,
No, no,
but
no.
what's the difference between y'all and the people at PetSmart? Right.
So when it comes to are you talking about the people that work in the clinic at PetSmart, or just the people that
Like
work
they
there?
doing the grooming and stuff,
So
and they back there.
when it comes to groomers, I feel like they do have a hard job as well, because they have to worry about like fractious cats and all kind of wild dogs. Not necessarily like wild on the street, but just like very excitable dogs, and like they won't sit still and all that kind of stuff. They can get scratched, they can get bit, and that's the same thing that can happen on our everyday job. Like we can get scratched, we can get bit, we can get hit to the point where we fall on the ground and we break something. So it's a lot that goes into it, and I feel like any job that's having to deal with animals personally, where you're holding them or you're having to hold them, it's hard to try to restrain an animal. Because how would you feel if somebody was putting their hands around your neck and around your torso and trying to hold you and you can't move? Like you wouldn't like that. So I don't necessarily feel like there is much of a difference between us. I think the only thing that's different is the job title.
Mm. But do they have to administer shots or
No,
anything?
they
Like,
don't. They don't have to do that. So I do feel like that is also a difference. However, but no, they don't. They don't have to. They don't have to do that. Not if they're not licensed or they're not in the field, but they can.
but so even though that's not your job title, would you be qualified for that job?
For grooming,
Like I'm talking, if you were that PetSmart, yeah, like,
yeah,
yeah,
I would be
okay,
qualified to do that.
okay, okay. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared of chihuahuas.
I think everybody's scared of chihuahuas.
I
Even
just
some of us are scared of chihuahuas.
like, I'm like, dang, they gonna nip at my ankles, man. I ain't gonna have no ankles. I ain't gonna be able to play ball. It's because I ain't got no ankles no more.
And
You know?
it's crazy because the little ones are they're I think the little ones are meaner than the bigger ones.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, yeah, but yeah. Basically, what's what I was gonna say? Damn, thinking about there's some big dogs out here. Like, what's the biggest dog you've seen?
um, what was he? I think he was a King Corso. Yeah,
Couldn't be me.
his name was Moose.
Couldn't have been me.
But he's a sweetheart. It's I Big dogs are intimidating to me. I can say that. Like I fear for my life. Like I'm scared of horses. But like anything that's bigger than me, of course I'm gonna be scared of, but like that's not gonna stop me from going in there and be like, okay, what's wrong? Just don't bite me.
Like they open that mouth, and you're like, dang, bro, my head could fit in there.
Literally,
Like,
I'm scared of Great Danes too, but like at the same time, at the end of the day, like I know my job and I know how to do my job, and there's nothing that's gonna stop me from making sure that they're okay or making sure that nothing's gonna happen to them.
Do y'all have to sign up and get like some type of insurance? Because I'm thinking like somebody got to back y'all up. You get bit or something.
It's yes, we so most clinics they do have like a plan. They have like a form you have to sign and all that kind of stuff, and they do cover a percentage of it. But I don't think that all clinics have it. But they let you know ahead of time that this is what comes with the job. This might possibly happen, so you need to be careful. And if something does happen, you need to let somebody know so we can either allow you to go to the doctor or what have you. And then a lot of the clinics themselves, they do have lawyers and stuff like that. So when we do have like clients that come in and they want to sue us for something that they think might have happened to their animal while they were in our care, we have a way to, I guess, try to prevent that, or a way to, I guess, combat that situation.
Now, I want to talk because I didn't know. Because I'm not saying I don't like animals. You know what I'm saying? But like, I ain't the biggest lover. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can have a dog. You know what I'm saying? We cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not about to be in the Facebook group. You know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't know until like, I think I was trying to give away a dog, and I and realized like I'm looking through the page, and it's like somebody would post a post a picture of the dog, and if the dog ain't up to what they think it should be, they putting the mad icon and they cussing the people out and stuff. And I even found out from like police officers, like some people like how do I say it? Like they'll try to go get a sick dog or try to get yeah, like a dog they know ain't been fed like that, this and that, and then try to blast whoever it is just for clout on Facebook. And I'm like, bro, that happens in this world.
That does happen.
And I'm like, why not just take care of the animal, man? Like, you doing your job. Like, but I found out that's real. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel like it's too much sometimes what they do on in these different groups?
I'm not necessarily a part of a lot of groups, and I'm not a part of them because of the fact that I feel like some of them are they're not necessarily built towards animal, they're just built towards the people. Like
Mm,
they're not built for the community of animals, and everybody, of course, everybody's going to have their opinion, and so I just kind of stay away from like group wide things because I feel like everybody's going to have their opinion and my opinion might not match this person or this group, so I just kind of stay away from that, and I value my own opinion.
all right. But nah, I ain't gonna lie. I I give it to you, man, cause I think I got PTSD. I ran from so many dogs when I was younger.
I've been scratched by cats and everything. I
Man,
got scratches right now.
that might be how I got fast, man. Running from dogs. What? That 40 got up running from dogs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But and also I think it was like I figured out there's some laws out here, and me on having a dog made me nervous because like my dog, like he really sweet, but he come off like, cause he's like a mix of a Chihuahua,
Mhm.
but like he come off like aggressive. So like he see people, anybody,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, and he'll get up close to you and all this, and then I'm like, man, they gonna put you down acting like this. And but it's like a real genuine fear, but like, man, what if you get, you know what I'm saying, you break off the leash, you go bite the mailman, now I'm over here, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, and it's because like I'm reading like how like El Paso kind of upping it with like, hey, like there's levels to it. And it's like we
Mhm.
figure out that your dog is, you know, like a menace to society, we're
Mhm.
gonna put them down.
Mhm.
And it's like is that crazy to have that fear of being a, just a owner of a.
Yes, it is a fear of mine, especially for my animal to get put down because I have had at least three dogs. Yes, three dogs get put down because of the fact that they considered them like a menace to the neighborhood or whatever. And that's just because um, they escaped the house one day. The door was left open. I wasn't home. Like the people that are normally home weren't home, but somebody was home and he was elderly and he left the door open on accident and they got out. And because of that, and because of the way that the dogs looked, because it was two pit bulls, like because of the way that the dogs looked, they got put down. And I don't necessarily feel like that was fair for them because they can't speak for themselves. So
Now I'm gonna say something that might be a little controversial. Do you feel like neighborhoods deeming pit bulls or Rottweilers and all of this as aggressive? Do you feel like that's an attack on the black community? Since most of us are the ones who have those type of dogs.
Um, I never really looked at it that way. I just kind of look at it as like because of the fact that they know the history behind Rottweilers and pit bulls that makes them scared of them. And I don't know everybody's story either. But as far as like pit bulls, people are afraid of them because they used to like train pit bulls and Rottweilers for dog fights and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that automatically is going to make people scared of them. But I don't necessarily feel like it's on the animals. I feel like it's on the owners because the owners are the people that are supposed to be training them. So, and I get that it is hard to train animals, but
Yeah.
I feel like if they need help, then they can take them to an obedience class, so at least they can get some kind of basics on it.
They take. I feel like animals take the traits of their owners.
Sometimes, yes, I do
Like
agree
like
with that.
I ain't gonna lie. Like most of the time I seen a dog that's aggressive, like they own it the same way.
Yeah,
In
and
a way.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
A lot of animals do take the traits of their owners, but I do also feel like sometimes some animals are just you can't control what they're gonna do
Mhm.
because it is an animal.
Mhm.
So, and that's something that you're not going to be able to help. I've had a dog personally where I took her to all the training classes, everything, and she just still wouldn't. She just didn't get it.
No.
So,
Okay. Okay. I'm glad we got into that. And just to try to, I know I'm switching back and forth.
you're fine.
Feel like Ilea. But try to go back into the music a little bit. I just want is I don't know if you've been paying attention to the El Paso scene. Is there anybody you would want to work with out here?
Um, there's probably like a few people. I can't list them off the top of my head at the
Hmm.
moment. I would have to look at their
Yeah.
pages because I'm still getting familiar with everybody because I'm actually just now starting to get back into my music and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So
Who would you work with that's already made it?
that's already made it.
Hmm. Maybe to get a gist of where your style really is. You know, like who you feel like would fit your sound.
I feel like honestly, I have no idea. It's probably a lot of them that I would probably want to work with. It's a
Yeah.
lot of people. Dua Lipa, like a lot of different people,
Hmm.
especially in the alternative aspect of things, because I want to see like if I would actually sound good with that genre of music.
Right. Okay. With that being said, though, you did just release a song at midnight.
Yes.
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 Are you excited about this? Tell us about this new song.
I was kind of bullied into releasing it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but so the new song that I'm gonna release, I actually recorded it a year or two ago, and I'm just now releasing it. But it's mostly about, for me, it's mostly about society. It's about the everyday lifestyle. Like you want to get a break, but you can't get a break because you got to work for money.
Hmm.
Like I just want to be on my own planet. Like I want to be in a plane somewhere. Like I want to maybe smoke a little weed and just go to my own little planet and have fun. Like I don't want to work. I don't want to work all the time. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to struggle all the time. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be angry. Like I just want to have fun and let go.
And that's the vibe that the record gives. I feel like it gives a top back, hair in the wind. You know what I'm saying? Do 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 do. You know what I'm saying? It gives it's definitely a vibe though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see Terry Crews, dancing. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely gives a vibe uh but I like when I hear music like yours because it gives me a break from the rap. It gives me a break from the R&B. And it's like I like when I hear something that's outside of what I usually hear. And I'm like, "Oh, I like that." Cuz then when I get in the car and I play it, they be like, "Well, that don't go with you." Like, that's crazy. I'm like, "But yeah, hey, it's fire though, right?" What's the name of the track?
It's called Day Trip.
Okay. All right. Um, well, what can we expect from you going forward?
Well, at the moment, I'm about to move from El Paso. I actually leave in like 2 days. I'm moving back to Georgia. So once I get settled in Georgia, I actually plan on getting in the studio a little bit more. I want to try to, when I get a chance, to at least release something in the next 3 months if I can,
Hmm.
because I'm also going to be working. So I want to get everything situated before I start actually producing stuff, because once I start doing that, it's going to become like a full-time thing for me.
Hmm. Okay. Um, uh, is there anything inspirational speech? Is there anything you want to tell the people before we get off here? Anything that you want them to know about you that you feel is pivotal? You know.
Um, Not necessarily. I mean, I feel like when it comes to anybody, I feel like you should find yourself before you start working on things, before you start jumping into things. Find yourself, find who you are, try something. And if you don't like it, try something else. Like, it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to try new things, it's okay to be open, it's okay to be you. Like, be comfortable in yourself, be comfortable in your body. Don't settle for anything, don't settle for anybody. Just be you.
That was inspirational. Yeah, gotta put the music on with that. Okay. Oh, I think it's interesting.
Okay.
Talk about your ethnicity.
My ethnicity?
Yeah,
I
because you ain't just black.
No, I'm not. I am Asian, Filipino, and Hawaiian and black.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I am.
Have you ever been to your motherland?
Hawaii, yes.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother still lives there.
Oh, okay. All right. You know, do you do that?
Hula? Yes, I know how to.
Can you blow fire?
No, I don't know how to. I leave that to my cousins. I don't.
Okay.
I'm a big fire bug, but I don't play with it like that. So.
You know what? I had a thing that had happened where I tried to date a girl that was Filipino, and but she said I had to the only way I become part of the family, I had to fight her Samoan brothers.
Oh yeah.
But they were football players on the Huskies, the Washington Huskies. I said I'm not fighting the Rock 4 times. Like no. I was like it's cool. I'm straight. You don't look that good, you know. But I guess they're very protective. Do you feel like your cousins and do you feel like they're very protective?
Yes, everybody on that side of my family is my brothers, my sisters, like just my cousins, grandmothers, like aunties. Like everybody's very protective, and the women run everything on that side. So, yeah, like it's different over there because it's like the women just kind of take over everything. Like they make all the plans, they make all the decisions, and you will execute it, and you will execute it right now. Like they don't play.
Okay. Okay, all right. Do you ever think about moving there?
I have, but then I was like, it's a lot of money.
It's expensive.
It's extremely expensive.
But the water though.
The water is beautiful. The water is nice. I love the ocean out there. And for me, I think it does so much great. Like it does so much greatness for my skin, skin, my hair, everything. So.
Okay. All right then. You have nothing else that you want to tell the people? Because look, you might get some fans out there, and they're gonna be like, you know, the people at at your graduation party. They're gonna be like, when you putting it out? Put it out now. You know what I'm saying? So tell them what your plans, what's gonna happen, because you know what I'm saying. They might be under the comments like, oh yeah, where can they find you?
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
What's the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook?
So, my artist name is Ilea, and that's what I'm on YouTube as. My Instagram is Lanainani0404. So
you might want to spell that.
LANAINANI0404, and then I'm on all other platforms.
Spell out your artist name too.
Ilea is spelled Leailea, like Aaliyah, but Ilea. Anything else you got for me?
I don't think it's spelled like Aaliyah at all. But
it's pronounced like Aaliyah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's okay. There we go. All right. Well, with that being said, here's another episode of ELP Lit. I always keep my word. You know what I'm saying? Have a little lituation. And you had a little patience. Peace.